episode 12 of Sideways Rain, and we have something special for you today. As you can tell, I'm not in my office. We are on site at Make-A-Wish, which is an event that the 180 Group is helping support through production this week. We're doing it a little different. It's not about tech or entrepreneurship. It's going to be about producing with purpose, and that's why we're here today. So our guest today, Sydney Long, will be with us to talk about what it means to produce with purpose. Sydney is an amazing producer at the 180 Group, a graphics producer, and her brother was a Wish kid, and we're going to share a little bit about that story and how it feels to produce an event so close to home. So with that, here comes the rain. Sid, welcome to the podcast. This is exciting.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Cool.
We are
excited.
I wish they could see a wide view. We're just in the hallway of Grand Casino Hotel producing a podcast. It looks super weird. We'll try to put a picture in the podcast here. But maybe to get us started, tell us a little bit about you. What do you do at 180 and who are you as a human?
Yeah. Hey, I'm Sydney Long, graphics producer at 180 Group for 4 happy years so far. I've been in the graphic design world a little bit here and there, but finding a real home here in event production and really enjoying the day-to-day work of creating beautiful art for wonderful events.
Awesome. So we're here at Make-A-Wish this week, setting up today. We have an amazing event tomorrow that gratefully you and your parents and your brother get to attend to sort of commemorate that trip that you took to Japan back in the day. Tell us a little bit about that experience for you as the sister of someone going obviously through something very, a disease that's very strong to go through, but now here today and everybody's happy and healthy and celebrating.
Yeah, absolutely. So my older brother, Alan, he's about 4.5 years older than me. So back in the day when Alan was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma, I was in 8th grade and he was about to be a senior in high school. He was getting ready for all that jazz, and it was the summer right before that final year of high school for him, and he felt a lump on his neck, and everything changed from there. We were about to go on a trip to Japan. It was a big summer trip we'd been planning for ages. My mom grew up in Okinawa. Like, we'd been wanting to do this for so long. And I remembered this, even my little 8th grader brain, so young, so I missed a couple of things, but I remember so vividly my brother coming out of the bathroom, walking down the stairs and just showing Mom this lump on his neck and being like, hey, what's this? And luckily my mom is in the nursing and healthcare, and she goes, we're not going to overlook this. Let's go check this out. And sure enough, Hodgkin's lymphoma. And after that, we were just like, okay, well, goodbye Japan trip. Yeah. See you later. Yeah. And we now know that we've got at least 6 months of treatment ahead of us. And it was bleak. It was really scary. As an 8th grader, as a young kid, and I had a close relationship with my brother. I have a close relationship with my brother. It was terrifying. Yeah. I remember him coming home from the appointment, and he came down and held my hands, and he told me, and I remember kind of saying, like, don't go. I was so afraid of the worst possible case scenario. Yeah. And so yeah, it was a really bleak time of 6 months, but I don't even remember when it was in the time, but about halfway through probably, my mom found Make-A-Wish. Awesome. And she'd been hearing from it from her nursing stuff, and she was like, of course, let's go look into this. Alan's still 17. That's the top of the age range. Let's see what we can do here. Bring a little hope into something that is so just, it's a massive weight. So anything to lift the weight and the pain of the everyday of this. Yeah. It was really, it was hopeful. So we were glad to get into contact, and Make-A-Wish was happy to come meet with us. They wanted to meet me. They wanted to meet the family, feel the whole vibe. And it was a no-brainer for Alan to know what we wanted to do for the Wish. Yeah. He wanted his family to go to Japan. Yeah. So that's awesome. That was the move.
He was thinking of you all.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome. Absolutely.
I was watching the video earlier that they made for this event, and it's incredibly powerful. And then The part that struck me was Alan's positivity in all the photos. When you go through something like this, like you said, it's not only jarring for Alan in your worldview, like this, these are the things that happen to other people. These are the things you hear about. But then when it happens to you, it's jarring for the whole family. How did Make-A-Wish influence that positivity, or how did Alan himself influence all your positivity?
I think Alan was a huge front runner in bringing the positive force. Like, he made losing his hair fun.
Yeah.
He'd pull out, like when the chemo would take, he'd pull out his hair and put it in his hands, and then he'd fake a sneeze and the hair would fly everywhere, or he'd pull it out and put it on people's desks at school. He found ways to make it fun. He had friends and support and groups to come and do that and bring the fun with it. Yeah. And I think that's what Make-A-Wish saw when they came and met us. They saw that Alan was hopeful. We'd gone through some really rough parts in the beginning of getting the port and the first couple of chemos. Like, it was a rough go. And so they came in and they still saw Alan at a big energy. Like, I still remember him having so much energy even when it was chemo every other week. Weekends were spent sleeping in his bedroom, and that was it. And then he'd come up and he'd wake up on Monday and he'd go back to school. And so his
powered through
was, I was like, what am I going to do? I'm going to keep going. Like,
wow.
Why not?
It's just the next thing I'm going to do. Yeah. I'm here for it. The Make-A-Wish experience, how do you think it influenced who Alan is today? How does he see his worldview, and does he still carry that positivity?
Absolutely. I think there's a lot of hope. Again, I'll say that a lot. There's so much hope with what Make-A-Wish brings. It's really just lightening the load of just everything. It's doctor calls every single time. It's so nice to take a moment, and we took a break and have a meeting with the Make-A-Wish people. Get them, come to our house, meet with us, have a long discussion, and just be together in a way of talking of the future. Yeah. Which is so scary to talk about at that time.
Something to plan for.
The future is so unsure at this time. So that sort of mentality was so perfect for the moment to just start thinking, go to the future. Yeah. Nothing else.
So we're here today, and obviously your brother's flown in, and your parents have flown in, I think, from New Jersey. Right? Yeah. Which is amazing, and they'll be here tomorrow night. How does it feel? What is your stake in this, having gone through this before, producing this event, and knowing that your family and yourself are in the audience?
Yeah. Man, it feels awesome. Yeah. Like, it feels really full circle. I think our family has a lot of mindset of giving back to what gives to us. Yeah. And it feels like a really great opportunity. Make-A-Wish made such an impact into our family, giving us our wish. And it really made it's awesome to now sit here and say, hey, here's a gift. Here's some work. Here's what I can do, what I can offer to you. And like, it's not just Make-A-Wish was the wish with Alan. My mom was on the Make-A-Wish board for multiple years after that as well. So Make-A-Wish is such an important part to us. And we really suggest it to anyone else that we see in the same situation with us. Just find that hope. So it's so cool to get to produce for this, a really amazing event. It was awesome to see it last year and be at the Make-A-Wish ball and say, this is such a great event. This is so important to this company. Let's do it. Yeah. I was so thrilled when we got that news that we were going to be helping out with this show. So give back to what gives to you. It worked out so well.
Yeah, last year was awesome. I got to meet your parents. They're incredibly passionate people, and they were so grateful to be here, which makes their coming back even more powerful. And like with this personal touch that you have this year, I think it's just going to be amazing for everybody. Hopefully you can endure it emotionally.
Yes, there will be tears. Yeah. There will be tears.
So given that personal connection, and you're making assets for the meeting and things that are going to go on screen, how does your personal connection to this influence the work you're doing?
I think it's really helpful. Yeah. It's given me a new light to how I want to approach shows, I guess. I think that there's a perfect medium. You, of course, don't want to be fully emotionally involved in a show that you know might have, when you put those emotions in, higher risk, of course. But there's that high reward as well. I can put more of myself into this. I can go the extra mile because I know it pays off to me, not just monetarily, but it pays off mentally and emotionally. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we do a lot of events in the medical space right now. And for me to attend this event, I mean, we're usually backstage or in the booth, and to attend this event that has such an impact on the medical community and people that are really suffering, it helps put in perspective for me the work that we do with some of the pharma, med device, and healthcare companies, knowing their motivations. And we talk about that a little at 180, where if we can even touch that or influence that in a little way, that's an amazing thing that we can do. I mean, we're putting on an event where the salespeople come and go push harder. So having that personal connection to this event can then extend, I think, into the larger work that we do every day.
Absolutely.
Which is amazing.
Yeah.
What do you hope attendees feel today or tomorrow when we have this event? Well, how do you want them to walk out of here?
I want them to know the impact that Make-A-Wish really does have on kids' lives. I think the data is incorrect in my brain, but I heard the words from our lovely clients that 70% of Make-A-Wish kids are fully healthy, happy, in remission, all that jazz.
That's an amazing statistic.
That's amazing what hope can do, and what, of course, the medical field and advancements there can do for kids. That's incredible. Yeah. So I want people to walk away here not feeling the sadness or the weight of what it is to be around or have a child that is going through a terrifying disease or anything. I want them to go saying, hey, this makes a difference. Mm-hmm. Let's make kids' lives easier, and something while they're enduring something they shouldn't have to endure. It's not fair. It really isn't. No. You can't ask. You look at it and you say, why me? Yeah. And there's no answer to that. Yeah. It's so walk away being hopeful. Donate where you can, of course. Help the whole mission here, but walk away feeling hopeful in what you're doing and what Make-A-Wish is doing.
Yeah, I was shocked by that statistic myself. We have supported Make-A-Wish for years, but I never actually knew that real statistic. I'll say it again, 70% survival rate. And that's a significant difference than kids that aren't involved in this program.
Exactly.
There was another video that was produced for Zanari, I believe. Yes. And I saw some assets you produced to go along with that. I could tell there was heart you put into that. That wasn't even something I think the client asked you to do. It was just something you did. What empowered you to do that?
I mean, it is the emotional connection.
Yeah.
It's it makes you, it gives you the drive to see what else can I help with?
Yeah.
How can I lend a hand here? How can I lend a hand? I can help enhance the story that we're already telling here with a few visual assets. That's my very small contribution. It feels like it's so small, but it's what I can do. It's what I can bring to the table, which is, I love that. I think that it's important that I can still use my skills, even though they're very soft skills, you know, use them in a meaningful way, go above and beyond when you can, because why not? Yeah. It's never going to hurt you.
Yeah.
Like maybe it won't be seen, maybe they won't use it, but oh well. That's the worst thing that can really happen here. When you go and make it, you're going to learn more skills, of course. You're going to make your client happier a little bit here. And you're going to invest yourself a little bit more in the show and really look for the ways that you can better it.
Yeah. Create a moment if you can. I was excited when I saw it because it's not often that our families get to see this sort of stuff that we do. And not only us producing it this year, but us supporting this organization. I'm incredibly excited this year to have my wife and kids here and my mom here with her husband and some of the folks at 180 Group with us, and to know the extra effort that's going in to push towards this organization and get people to donate and support. I'm excited for them to see it and to know that we were involved at so many different levels.
Absolutely.
So thank you for that work on that. Yeah. What is it about producing an event like this, creating moments in time? How do you want Make-A-Wish to walk away as an organization?
Oh, that's a really good question. Yeah. I want Make-A-Wish to also walk away hopeful.
Yeah.
That their events can be next level, brought up to the next level. Of course, they're doing so much. They're doing so much of the grunt work here, but we can bring it that little farther. Be hopeful that we can make really amazing events for y'all and really make an impact on the organization and on kids' lives. I want them to feel hopeful.
Yeah.
It's the word of the day.
So if you could send a message, most people are aware of Make-A-Wish. We've seen it. We're aware of it. We know the work that they do is amazing. Very few people support Make-A-Wish. What could you tell them to hopefully get them on board to support? Because I think the only thing holding this organization back is resources.
Yeah, absolutely. There's so many ways to give back to Make-A-Wish. Of course, I'm not no stand-in for any of their employees or anything or volunteers, but there's a lot of opportunities. You just don't hear about them.
Yeah.
Get on their email list. Figure out what's going on. There's the Walk for Wishes. I donated my car to Make-A-Wish when I needed to get rid of it.
Yeah.
There's ways. So you need to get rid of a car?
Yeah.
Great. Give it to Make-A-Wish. They
Sure.
need it.
Yeah.
There's so many more ways than you realize. Like the Make-A-Wish ball, donating money, that's just one way. But donating time as a volunteer is totally an option.
Yeah.
Donating your car and so many other things. Going to the Walk for Wishes as well. Get involved.
Yeah.
It's important. They could use you.
Check out their website. There's tons of opportunities. I think it's as easy as filling out a form and you can get involved with these kids' lives. As an event producer and graphic designer, what would you say to other event producers to produce more from the heart versus just getting the work done?
Oh, it's hard to motivate. But are you just doing the job for the money, or are you doing it for your self-fulfillment and enrichment? Do it for the self-fulfillment and the enrichment. Your show's going to be so much better. Of course, find your lines on when you need to emotionally separate yourself. Do what's smart for your brain and your body.
Yeah.
But your work is going to be that much cleaner. You're going to do the little extra mile. So why not? Feel emotionally invested in it. Maybe you don't like your client, but you like the product that's coming. Get invested in that.
Yep.
Go to it and let it bring you forward and let it elevate your work as you feel fit. Do it because, again, there's not much of a pullback on there.
Yeah.
Like, the worst that could happen is it doesn't work out.
Yeah.
Like, just go for it. Get emotionally invested. Cry.
Yeah.
Cry at a show. Do it.
For the right reasons.
For the right reasons, yes. Cry when you're happy. Cry when you're sad, too.
Yeah.
Cry when any of it happens, I think, because it's important to get emotionally invested.
For sure.
Again, definitely have your boundaries as you need as a person and a human, but you're just going to elevate your work by doing that.
Yeah. We talk about it a lot at 180, and if this is just a job for you, you're going to burn out pretty quick. There's travel and there's after hours work, and we're here overtime. We'll be here late tonight. And this is a relatively small event. We've had days where, you're working 16, 18-hour days. If you don't find a reason or a purpose, whether it's supporting organizations like Make-A-Wish or pursuing your own passion, you're going to burn out so quick. So kudos to you for finding that purpose and finding a little motivation behind this event. Before we wrap it, anything else you want to say to folks listening today?
Well, thank you for listening to my little ramblings on emotion and purpose. Check out Make-A-Wish.
Yeah.
Please do. They're not just in Minnesota. They're just about everywhere. You'll find them. Go help them out and get invested.
Yeah, I 100% agree. So focus on finding your purpose, support organizations like Make-A-Wish. It doesn't have to be this one, but give back to your community. It's incredibly important. Like I said, this episode's a little bit different. We're focusing on the positive side versus the sideways rain. So no rain today. The sun is out. It's going to be a beautiful event. So Sid, thank you so much for being on the show, on the podcast today. I can't wait for people to see it. And what we'll do is we'll share some images because we're going to post this on Monday after the event. So we'll share some pictures and images from the event.
Thank you.